Hello, everybody. Hi. Happy Friday. Alrighty. Let me just share this to my Patreon and let all my patrons know that I am live. If you are a patron in the Moon Vibes tier, then you get a free reading today when I do the personal reads. I'm also doing guidance by sign there and a counterpart check-in for the full moon. So we have a full moon on Wednesday. It is the third super full moon that is in a series of full moons. It is also an eclipse, and it is right before we start Mercury retrograde on next Saturday, right? So we're already in the pre-shadow and we're moving to full-on, full-blown Mercury retrograde. Alrighty, so I am going to go into a collective guidance for the full moon, and then I'm going to go deeper into each sign on my Moon Vibes tier, and I'm also going to do a love reading there for the full moon. Alrighty, some full moon guidance, please, for the collective, for their highest and greatest good. Let's get a card. All right. Darkness. Oof. 40. Now, I know I was like, darkness. Ooh. But there's nowhere we can really get without first facing our darkness, right? Without first facing our shadow. Let's look at what the book has to say. Long night moon, darkness. You are entering a time of introversion, a leaner time, or a time to turn inward to plan and strategize. It is time to do shadow work. What did I just say? Which will bring big dividends later on. Release what no longer works for you. The darkness needs to be there as much as does the light. Whew. One of the earliest human fears is said to be a fear of the dark. We fear what we can't see, and we fear what may be hiding. In reality, the dark is as important as the light. In nature, there are many nocturnal animals that go about the business of living under the moon, not the sun. The darker times of the lunar and seasonal cycles signal a time to naturally turn inwards, to stay close to home, to look closely at ourselves, and to plan for the light. It is during these long nights we can begin to do our shadow work, undertaking the self-reflection needed to identify what isn't working for us and what might be causing us pain. This could be a bad habit, a destructive pattern, a recurring useless fear, or anything that holds us back from being the best we can be. Once we see these aspects of ourselves in the dark, we can simply decide whether they must go. We can decide to release them once and for all. We can transform. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's just like so much to this. So one, yes, Mercury retrograde makes us go within. It makes us reflect. It makes us like go within ourselves, and it makes us like have time to strategize, to plan for what is going to come, right? It's more of a time of planning than it is for action. I had a lot of meetings with my clients today, and a lot of them were saying very similar themes, right? Not the same exact things because they're different people leading different lives, but similar things, right? In that they are planning things, they want for things to happen, things were supposed to go a certain way, and then they were postponed, right? And although the message was a teeny bit different for them, each of them, depending on their own personal self and their own personal journey, the theme really had to do with all of this energy is moving so that something better can happen. And I know that message comes through a lot. That's probably something that you hear a lot if you watch readers, if you go to mentors or guides or anything like that. But it's true. It's literally like I physically saw just the energy and how it was moving within their lives and how this time was being taken to dishevel everything just so that it could look within itself even better, even stronger. Like sometimes we move so far like thinking we're actually looking at ourselves, which we are, but it's such surface level looking because we aren't put in an intense situation where we're forced to go deeper, right? Where the intensity forces us to delve as deep as we need to. Because before that, we didn't really have the stress or the thing going on top of us to really tell us, okay, this is something that I need to do. This is something that needs to happen. This is something that I can't avoid, that I can't hide from. And that's what's happening right now. We are being asked to do the shadow work. And I wasn't going to say anything until this weekend, but it's just so perfect. Like all the signs are there. So, a couple of my clients, the reason why I had so many meetings today was because I have been trying to get everyone prepared for the change that I have been taking within my business, right? So, you guys know that I've been doing all of these readings, healings, hypnotherapy sessions, channeling. Like, I have so much to offer, but it always feels like it falls up short because whenever someone comes in for one kind of session, I lead them towards another one because I want them to get an all around kind of experience, right? Something that will actually really help them. So now, instead of all of those separate sessions, all of those separate services, all of those separate things, we do it in one session. We do all of it. We connect to your guide team, we connect to your higher self, we channel in guidance from them, we channel in messages from them, and then we do the deeper work together right then and there. And we utilize all of the tools at my arsenal, which are many, channeling, all the different types of energy work, counseling, psychology, neuroscience, um, like hypnotherapy, so many things, all into one session. But, right, it can't just be, we can get a lot of healing done. We can do so much transformation in one session. It can be life changing. But the real work is work that we make sustainable, right? It's something that we really, really dive into. So, my new signature program is like my old chakra series, but like times a million kabillion, right? I am so excited. So, my chakra series brought people into divine union. They brought them into new careers. They brought them into their own businesses. They brought them into new sense of self. And now it's like we can do so much more. So I this isn't a space for me to talk about that. It's just that it fits so much into the reading. It fits so much into the guidance that I really wanted to mention that, as well as that I did switch my website platform that is still under construction. So if that was confusing, yes, there is a new link that is in my bio. As well as, so on my Patreon here, right, for the full moon cycle, for the new moon cycle, we'll be doing readings for each of the signs surrounding love, surrounding career, and we'll also be doing guided meditations, healings, manifestation work, all sorts of things to do with new moon cycles or full moon cycles. And part of that is that you get a free reading when I go live with these. So if you are a Moon Vibes Patreon, then you get a free reading today. If you aren't and you would like a full moon message, then you can totally just send 1111 to either Cash App, to Venmo, or to PayPal. And I'll be happy to answer your question about what you think this full moon might bring for you and what you can do to align to that. So, collective, right? Darkness. It is time to go through that darkness, to embrace it, to surrender to it, to hug it, to recognize it as yours, to recognize it as you, to recognize it as such a big part of you, right? And then to really go in and see, how does this fit with me? How does this fit in my life? How does this fit in where I want to be, what I want to do, who I want to be, right? How does this fit? And what parts of these are going to help bring me farther? And what parts of these do I need to transform, to make into something else that will be more in alignment with where I want to be, who I want to be, what I want to do. Right. And we're coming into this place of stability, of self, of home, of relationships, right? With the 4 and the 0, we're coming to this new beginning. And so, in this time where all of this is coming to the forefront, where your shadow self is being dragged out, where all the things in your life that are dark or are unseen or have been buried down are coming to the surface for you to deal with in a very tangible way. So you might feel a little bit out of water. You might feel a little bit on edge. You might feel a little bit anxious. This might really test you. It really, really might test you. But at least with the people that I've been working with today, there is so much good waiting on the other side. So let's see a little bit about what is coming with this full moon, right? We have the 7 of Cups. And what I heard from that wasn't confusion or like being led into different places. It was opportunity. I heard opportunity. I feel like there's going to be so much opportunity for you, so many different ways that you can go, and that you are going to be able to have that empowerment and that freedom to choose what your life is going to look like when you do this work, when you do this shadow work, right? There's going to be so many things coming up for you with this time, like with this work, with this darkness. And Mercury retrograde is going to play on that, right? It's going to drag it out. But if you are able to confront that, if you're able to flow through it, if you're able to embrace it, you are going to really see some amazing changes from that. And we can definitely work on that together in my rebirth sessions or in my program if you're interested. So what can we do? What else can we do? The Hierophant and the 6 of Cups. You know, Mercury retrograde always brings back these past relationships, these past things, these past cycles. And we're really, part of this is really deciding what you want, what are your values, what about life, about society, about expectations aligns with you and what doesn't. Because when these things come to you, when it's finally time, you knowing those things about you is going to make the difference. It's going to be able to help you make an empowered, whole body yes decision about what you want in your life. So I know I kind of came on pretty randomly tonight. I never said what time I was coming on. So there aren't many people here. If someone does have a question, you can totally put it up and I will answer. If not, though, we are just under 15 minutes, and 15 minutes is the limit for YouTube videos. So I'm going to cut it out in a minute. But if you want some more guidance based on your signs, on your zodiac signs, on your moon signs, on your astrology signs, or a love or career focused reading, definitely check out my Moon Vibes tier and my Patreon, because all of those will be right there, as well as guided meditations and other resources for the full moon. So I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful full moon. If you have any questions, let me know.